You ever notice that kids run everywhere, but adults seem to avoid movement whenever possible? Think about it. When was the last time you saw a 5-year-old casually strolling to the playground? Exactly. They sprint, they jump, they climb. But what happens as we age? Somewhere along the way, we stop moving, we sit more, and we start blaming every ache and stiffness on getting older. But what if I told you that aging isn't the real cause of your loss of mobility? What if your environment, social habits, and daily routines were the real culprits? In today's episode, we're breaking down how modern life makes you move less and why that weakens you over time. How sitting for hours is more dangerous than quote-unquote aging itself. How changing your movement, all these habits can literally make you feel 10 years younger. And of course, we'll get into the science behind why your body adapts to your lifestyle, not your age. And don't worry, we're coming back to mindset and fitness in future podcasts, also the nutrition. But today we're taking a quick detour into lifestyle because if you want to stay strong for life, you need to understand what's really causing decline today on the Personalized Fitness Podcast. Hey, good day and welcome to the Personalized Fitness Podcast where we're dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, president of Personalized Fitness. And if you'd like to reach out to us and call us about either this topic or any other, you can call us at 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can always email me, Garrett, Garrett, at personalizedfitness.com or visit personalizedfitness.com. You can also connect with us on X at Team PE or Facebook at Personalized Fitness. Now, today's episode, it's an important one because we're tackling one of the biggest lies about aging. The idea that your body just naturally slows down with time. In reality, your daily environment and lifestyle determine whether you stay mobile and strong or become stiff and inactive. All right, part one. Your body adapts to what you do, not to how old you are. Let's start with the simple truth. Your body is an adaptation machine. It doesn't care about birthdays. It only cares what you do with it every day. Let's look at the couch potato experiment, or how fast we lose strength. A University of Copenhagen study had healthy young men, now get this, had them stop using one leg for 2 weeks. What was the result? Well, the participants lost up to 33% of their strength in that leg. Their muscle aged the equivalent of 40 years in just 14 days. And even after 6 weeks of retraining, they never fully regained what they lost. I do question the way they actually did the retraining because I've seen people come back 100% no matter what. But imagine what happens when you sit all day for 10, 20, or 30 years. Your body thinks, oh, we're not using these muscles. Cool. I'll just get rid of them. It's what we call atrophy. Here's an analogy. Your muscles are like Wi-Fi signals. If you never use Wi-Fi, your phone won't even try to connect. Same with your muscles. Stop using them, and they weaken. Keep them active, and they stay strong. Part two, the office chair epidemic, or why sitting is the new smoking. You've probably heard that. How much do you sit every day? Be honest. Between work, commuting, eating, and relaxing, the average adult sits 10 to 12 hours per day. Now, the American Journal of Epidemiology looked into this, and they found that people who sat for 6+ hours a day had higher rates of chronic pain and mobility issues than those who sat for 3 hours or less. Long-term sitting literally reshapes the spine, leading to postural issues that most people, as always, blame on aging. And the worst part? Exercise doesn't fully undo the damage. This is regular exercise that we think we're doing so much. Even if you hit the gym for an hour, it doesn't counteract 10 to 12 hours of sitting. Your spine is like a car suspension system. Hey, look at this. Garrett's using another analogy. If you park a car in one position for months, you've probably seen this. The tires get flat spots, and the suspension ends up stiffening. That's exactly what happens to your body when you sit all day. Part 3, the socialization effect, or why we move less as we age. Have you ever noticed how kids and teenagers are constantly moving? They run to their friends' houses, they roughhouse, dance, play sports. Even if they sit, they fidget and change positions constantly. Think of how many times you've looked at your child and said, "Hey, can you just sit still?" Now look at what happens as we get older. We start choosing social activities that involve sitting. Dinners, movies, watching sports instead of playing. Exercise becomes a solo activity instead of something that we do with friends. We stop challenging our bodies because we assume slowing down is normal. We're told that over and over again. We've covered some of that in the mindset section. A Harvard aging study found that people who kept active social lives that included movement stayed mobile for decades longer. Those who mostly engaged in sedentary social activities had higher rates of joint pain, stiffness, and weakness, even if their health started at the same baseline. Think of your body, here's another analogy, like a language. If you stop speaking a language, you forget how to use it. If you stop moving, your body forgets how to move efficiently. Movement is a language, and the less you speak it, the harder it becomes. Segment 4, bad mechanics, or what I call the real cause of what we term age-related pain. Most of the aches and pains we blame on aging are actually caused by decades of poor movement habits. Think about this. Have you ever done any of these? Sat on a wallet for years and developed hip imbalances. See this day in and day out. Have you slouched at a desk and then blamed back pain on getting old? Have you reached for something in the back seat, tweaked your shoulder, and thought, well, I must be aging? Well, the Journal of Bodywork and Movement Therapies actually looked into this. They did a study that found that fixing posture reduced chronic pain by 60% in just 8 weeks. Participants felt an average 10 years younger just by correcting their movement patterns. Folks, the problem isn't your age. The problem is how you've been moving for decades. Let's go back to that car analogy. If you drive with bad alignment for 20 years, your tires wear unevenly and the suspension gets wrecked. Same with your body. Fix the alignment and suddenly everything runs smoothly. So let's break it down. Your body adapts to what you do, not your age. Sitting all day is worse than what we call aging itself. Your social habits influence how much you move. Pain and stiffness come from decades of bad mechanics, not the calendar. Here's some key takeaways. You're not getting old. You're getting conditioned by your environment. Change the environment, and I promise you, your body will respond. In the next couple of episodes, we'll be going back to mindset topics, fitness, nutrition, but we'll revisit lifestyle and movement soon. If you have any questions, please reach out to us, area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE. You can also email me at garrett@personalegefitness.com or visit our website, personalegefitness.com. As always, you can hit me up on X at TeamPE or reach out to us on Facebook at Personal Edge Fitness. I thank you very much for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast, where we're dispelling the myths of health, fitness, and wellness. And remember, your environment shapes your body, and taking control of it is just one more way Personal Edge Fitness helps you reach your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope I see you next time.